that no longer
Good day, my lovely listeners. Welcome once again to another episode of Marketing and Sales 101. Thank you for tuning in. Now we'll do a quick recap on what we learned before about marketing and sales. I explained the difference between marketing and sales briefly, and today we'll continue more without wasting more time. We'll continue more on marketing of your product and service. I already said that the ultimate for every fantastic product is to make sales and profits. Is out your goods and service will get to the user and they will come back again for more. The main purpose of sales and what makes you get profit is when you have a repeat purchase or sale. When people come back for more of your service, that's the ultimate for every business. That's what brings continuity to the product and the service. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll take a short break now.
Today is a good day. Good day to enjoy life to the fullest with Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
My name once again is Titi Adeseko, your Marketing and Sales 101 presenter. Now let's look at that's your fantastic product or service, because you may actually be selling things which are products, or you are rendering a service to people. Now you have to look at the product itself. How right is your product? How good is your product? What is it supposed to meet? The service you are offering, what is it supposed to meet? Which particular group of people do you want this product to get to? That means you have to do environmental scanning. You have to recognize needs and lack in your immediate and extended environment. Let's say, for example, you move to a new place, a new environment, maybe a new estate, a developing area, and realize that, okay, the people here will need to barb their hair. Instead of them driving outside this thing, that, okay, that this is a need in the environment. You try to work towards meeting that need. That's part of it. Then your product is not just because of you. It is because of people you want to give it to. You cannot say yes because I like this, then ultimately everybody will like it. It doesn't work that way. That's why you have to do your feasibility studies to know if that your fantastic idea will actually be fantastic for someone else or for some group of people that will make them to buy and also want to come out and buy. What need do you want to satisfy or meet? You have to identify that. What do you want it to be called? That your product or service. What name do you want to attach to it? How do you want to go about the branding? That's why I told you that marketing is a broader aspect of sales. It's broader. It gives you the total thing that you need to make your product or service stand out. Now you look at how do you brand it? What kind of branding do you need to? Packaging and all that. How is this your product different from your competitors' products? Because actually there is nothing new under the sun. There is no idea, no product, no service you want to render that it's new. Someone somewhere have done it before, or they are doing it. If you Google it, you will see it there. It's something that is already in existence. So you have to bring in your own unique factor into it. If you think of an idea, Google it, and you will realize that people are already doing it. So just add your own unique factor to it. Once again, your unique factor, what will make it different from what is already in existence. That's what you should look at. That will make you stand out. Say, oh, I have this natural honey to sell. Yes, your honey is natural and all that. So are various honey in the market. Now, what makes your own different? Are you going to do it in a smaller package to make it handy for office use, for people to carry it along when they travel? What special thing are you going to add to it? Are you going to add ginger? Are you going to add other spices? Things like that. You just make it unique. Then this your product. You have to get it to the right place. That means you have to give it visibility. Where does people visit regularly? You have to know where the traffic is. If you are using online, or even if you are going physical, that means you want a shop to put your goods. You have to know where to position it so that people can see it so that people can know it, people can reach out for it. Even at the store or supermarket, you have to make it visible. Where do you intend to sell this thing? Where are your buyers? Stores, markets? Are they online? Are they offline? Will you use Salesforce? Will you go for trade fair? Will you write proposals? Will you use social media handles? How are others selling? You see, very good to study your competitors. Don't just put out product in isolation without knowing what is obtainable about that product. Just as I said earlier, there is nothing new under the sun. Somebody is already doing it. What is this person doing already? How can I improve on it? What do I need to do to set my aside and make mine better, make mine preferable? So those are the things you have to look at. You have to study your competitor. What are they doing? What are they doing that you need to improve on? Are they getting it right? Is there any weakness somewhere that you can turn to your own strength? Those are the things that you have to look at. Then you have to look at your price. Price is very important. If you have the right product or service and you are in an environment where they cannot afford that product or service, you are just wasting your time with it. People will admire it, people will compliment it, people will like it, but do they have the financial capability to actually buy it? Even if they buy it once, do they have the financial capability to come back and buy more? Those are the things you have to consider. Value. Somebody will like, okay, this price, what am I even going to get by buying this at this price? What value am I going to achieve with it? Can I go for alternative that is cheaper? Those are the things that people will consider before they buy your products. So you have to make sure that your pricing is very right, not too low, not too high. You have to strike a balance in between. If it's too low, they may perceive it as cheap. If it's too high, they may think it's expensive. So you have to know, because the ultimate goal for you is to make profit, but try not to make excess profits. It kills business. If you have to strike a balance to make sure that you are affordable. Not that people will say, oh, I like your product, but I can't afford it. That means you are going to be frustrated and you are going to be discouraged. So you have to know the best price for you, for the buyer and the user, not for you. You are not going to look at, okay, this is the effort I put into it, this is what I intend to make from it and all that. You have to look at what are the buyer or the user, how much are they ready and willing to pay to get that product. Are they ready to go out of their pocket for it? And you have to do your environment. If you are in a low income environment, you cannot introduce high-end product to them. They will like it, but they will not be able to afford it. Those are the things you have to look at. You have to attach value to it to meet the buyer's value too. That means your own value as the seller must meet with that of the buyer's value. Are you considering a general price? That means the price is a general price, like, okay, this is the price that they sell this particular thing everywhere. So is that what you are going to apply to? That means if you make your own slightly higher, you have to justify why it's higher. Did you put any additional value to it? Did you add anything more interesting than what is in the general market to it that will make people want to go put extra money on it? Is it competitive, not too high to look expensive, or too low to look cheap? Just as I said earlier, you have to strike a balance. Look at it holistically and be sure that you are doing the right thing, because a good product, no matter how fantastic I said, if at the end of the day you are not able to make profits or sales from it, then it is a total waste of time. That's when you will see that people will not do a repeat purchase. If they buy it once and it's like, they can't afford the second, and it's repeat purchase that actually gives the product the thing that it needs, the growth that you need, for people to come back and patronize, for people to refer people to you, for people to be satisfied and say, I want to come back and use this product. Now let's look at the timing of this product. Timing is very important. Okay, so a short water break.
Today is a good day. Good day to enjoy life to the fullest with Malta Guinness. Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
Welcome back. This is still your girl Titi. Now let's look at your products at the right time. Now timing is everything. When do you want to introduce this product line? which time will they want to buy. Is it a seasonal product? Is it a daily needs product? Those are the things that you have to look at. If you need to, like, some seasonal product, just like maybe Christmas time, for example, where we know that people from maybe November they start selling Christmas things and all that, you cannot bring out Christmas things after December and start selling it in February. You may get 1 or 2 patronage, fine, but at the same time people will rather wait until it's time for them to make use of those products to use it. So you have to look at your time. Time is very important. If you introduce rainy season product during dry season time, you may see anybody that will be interested. You may not see anybody that is interested to actually get to patronize you. I remember there was this time that rechargeable fan, rechargeable fan, if you bring it during the time people are enjoying the cool weather and all that, people may not actually find any need for it. But this heat period, everybody wants rechargeable fan because they have been disappointing a lot lately. This is the time people will be looking for hand fan, rechargeable one that they can go about with, the one they can use at home in the office and all that. I think when you bring out this product during the Harmattan period, people may not actually look at it. And those are the time that the price may not even be expensive. Some smart buyers will buy and keep, because as soon as it gets to heat period, the price definitely, the people will capitalize on it, the price will increase. Just like the reminds me of coronavirus time. Hand sanitizer, ordinarily people will just pick 1 or 2 and drop it and not use it. But during corona time, you saw how the price skyrocketed. People made so much money from hand sanitizer, glove and all that, and the season has come down again, so it has reduced. So that is market for you. You have to introduce your product at the right time. When are people likely to buy it? You have to look at the expiry date too. Don't stock things that people are not buying yet. And by the time it's time for them to buy it, maybe the expiration period will now be very, need to just be few months for it to expire. So you have to be conscious of that all the time. That means at the right time. Then you have to look at your promotion too. Where and when to get your messages across to your target market. Are you looking at online sponsor ad on Facebook, Instagram and the likes? Are you waiting to sponsor ad and all that? Are you going to use free ad profile? I tell people, take advantage of every free ad profile you can get, on Gigi, on Konga, on what have you, take advantage of all the free ads you can get. Then you now pay for the ones that you can afford to pay for, because I told you when we started that I'm actually the target of this marketing and sales 101 is for small businesses, people that are doing their plan B, have side hustles, are working from home, selling from home and things like that. So those are my target, not companies that can afford to budget some millions to cover promotion and all that. So you have to think of how to reduce cost. You have to think of how to reduce your cost. So you take advantage of every free platform you can think of. It's very, very important to get across to your target market. Various business platforms, use various platforms available. WhatsApp, so many people have turned their WhatsApp status to marketing. What's the point of your expensive Android phone or iPhone that will not bring money to your pocket? People are taking advantage of all that. Association group platform, just like church, estates, religious organization meetings, board meetings. Take advantage of everything that you can get to get your product out and service out there. The best time for your ads, is it going to be in the morning or evening? Are you targeting people before they go to work? So many people, when they wake up in the morning, the first thing they reach out for is their phone. Are you targeting them at that hour? You have to do your advert to meet that purpose. Are you looking at during break time, to get their attention? Are you looking at the evening time, to get their attention? Is it daily or weekly? Is it a weekend market? You have to think about all that to be able to reach your audience. Once again, in this promotion rate, you have to still study your competitor. It's very, very important. What are they doing? What are they doing that is making them achieve success? You have to study your competitor. It's very, very important. You have to study your competitor. So in this episode that we just covered, we look at getting your right product. That's the product, your product and service, getting the right product to people, the right service, the right talent, the right skill to people that need it and that will pay for it. Also look at the right place. That's, you have to have visibility. Where is this thing going to sell? Who are the people interested in it? How am I going to get them? How am I going to reach them? Those are the things you have to look at. The place is very, very important. You cannot be selling what people in Maitama need. You cannot be selling it to people. You cannot be advertising it in Cuba. You know, that means you are not going to reach. You are not communicating. You look at the right price too. Price is very, very important. In fact, very, very important. If the price is not right, people may perceive it as cheap or expensive. So you have to study that to strike a balance. Then you have to, the time also is also important. Then promotion of your products. This, if you want to look at the academic side of marketing, we call this the marketing mix. That's the 4 P's of marketing. If you want to look at the the educational angle or school angle to it, you know. So I really appreciate you listening and tuning into today's episode for today, so that we will not have too much on your plates for you to handle at once. We will stop at this. By God's grace, we will meet again next Monday. So if you have any questions, again, this is PTM online radio, where great things are happening, where we are entertaining you and also educating you. Always tune into our channel. We will appreciate your comments on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Tune into us. We are on 100.88 Abuja. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We want your feedback. We want questions, so that we can give you answers to any of your marketing and sales challenge. This is once again Titi Adeseko, bringing to you live PTM 100.88. See you again. Okay, see you next Monday again by 12 noon, God's willing. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate you. I still remain your marketing and sales 101 guru, Titi Adeseko. Keep your feedback to us. It's very, very important in marketing and sales to get feedback. We are going to talk about that later in the course of the episode. Please like us, as I said, on Instagram, on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Continue to tune in to 100.88 Abuja. To come your way again next week Monday by 12 o'clock. Remain blessed.
We are living